Well, hello there, friend. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Today we're going to be installing a Schlage mortise lock. This is a 9050. I think they call that an office or an inner entry function. Here we're going to unpack the box. We have an occupancy indicator as well. I believe this was a mother's room or a nursing room, something of that sort. Not sure if this is exactly the function they're going to want, because once you turn that thumb turn, it stays locked, and then when you exit, it will remain locked and say occupied when you leave. But whatever, this is what they gave us. This is what we're putting in. Here I am unpacking it, making sure we have all our parts and pieces, the spindles, the spring cages, the mounting posts, the springs. Those are easy to lose, so when I get those separated, I slip them on the spindles. Looks like we got everything, even the spanner wrench. So we're gonna install the strike plate first. These studs were not inverted, so I don't have room for the dust cup. So I labeled the dust cup. I'm gonna hand that over to the customer. We'll install the strike plate for him though. There we go. And now we'll install the mortise lock case. This one happens to need to be handed, so we're going to hand that for them. To hand it, you just pull those teeth out and flip them around. It's that easy. And so once you get those teeth flipped around, then we're also going to swap the handing screw to make sure that handing screw's on the inside. So for these models, the handing screw needs to go on the inside. Some of the Vandal Guard models, the handing screw stays on the outside, so pay attention for that. I'm going to slip that lock case in, and I don't have any mounting holes pre-drilled for that lock case to make everything line up, so I'm going to need to prep those myself to make sure. So to make sure I put them in the right spot, I'm going to start the cylinder in, and that's going to make sure it's holding the lock case in the right spot. That will line up with all the other preps, and then I'll drill those with a Vicks bit and then install it with the combo screw. And then I'm going to take that cylinder right back out though, because I'm going to be installing an occupancy indicator. So occupancy indicator needs to go on first, and that actually, man, those birds are loud. Those are my birds in the background. All right. Hey, you know, when the kids are gone and the house is quiet, the birds make enough noise for us all, so that's good. So I'm marking the occupancy indicator, marking the thumb turn with that awesome template they provide you with. I love that thing. Make sure everything lines up perfectly. And just gonna give those a little pre-drill, and then now I'm gonna put the thumb turn in first. And I do not unpack the plastic with those when I unpack the box, because those screws are tiny. So I don't open that up until I'm ready to screw that thing to the door. Otherwise I'll lose it. So I pop it in, up and down unlocked, throw it locked so that I can get to where the screws are, and then I'll tighten those up. And then I'll put it back to unlocked for mounting this. You do need to hand these occupancy indicators. What I've been finding is the left-hand ones, they're coming usually set up left hand is the right way, and then if it's a right hand door, you have to hand them. I don't know if that's always the case or not, but on this one it was handed the right way. And if you ever have to throw the lock the other way, you will just break it. So don't try to. Make sure it's all set up to throw the right direction. Now we're going to put that cylinder in now that the occupancy indicator is in. And I think sometimes you just need a little bit more light. And I'm going to also loosen the mortise case just a little bit here to make sure it's going to, and that made it all line up perfectly. I just loosened the screws just a little bit. It all lined up, and then I'm going to tighten the set screw for that cylinder, and then retighten those mortise case screws, and then test it with the thumb turn operating smoothly. Test it with the key. The key was operating a little bit not as quite as smooth as I wanted it, so I think I ended up loosening the cylinder like a half a turn, hoping that would help. But yeah, we're just doing the best we can. You ever heard of that Netflix show, Jiro Dreams of Sushi? Well, let me tell you something. Druo, he dreams of door hardware. That's right. That's my little segue, my little filler while I'm messing with this cylinder. Alright, what's next? Oh, you dropped the spindle, bro. That's the first drop. I drop stuff a lot of times when I'm making installs, so let's start keeping track. Now I'm putting those mounting posts into my drill and then threading them onto the posts on that outside lever assembly, popping the spring cage in with the arrows pointing in the right direction, putting the inside spindle with the spring on. And at this point I'm realizing, hey, I like to put the scalp plate or the armor front plate on before I finish the lever install, just because you have a tendency to over tighten those, and if you over tighten them, it makes it a lot harder to put on that armor front plate, as they say. So I like to put that on before the lever's finished. Make sure it's seated there nicely, and I'm, giving a little persuasion. Make sure it's flush, and now let's do the inside mounting plate and screws. Oh, you dropped the spring. Jeremy's telling me it's time to go take a break, go get some coffee, and I'm ready. Do not use the impactor at this part, por favor. No impactor, por favor, on the door. Inside rose goes on. Inside lever goes on. Use the spanner wrench to finish tightening it. Oh boy, you guys did great. This install is just about complete. What else we got? We're gonna label the key. All these came out with separately cut keys, which is super annoying, but whatever. We'll turn that over to our customer. And yeah, this is great. We'll throw that box behind the door to protect the wall from the new handle that we just installed. And I've dropped things twice. Thanks for hanging out with me. Oh wait, I dropped things 3 times. I dropped my razor blade earlier. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you next time.